Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Holy Happy Hour. This is Thoughts with Josh, and I've got a great episode for you guys today on some stuff I've been watching on YouTube, which is just the funniest thing, protecting people, and I just love it. We're going to get to that in a second. But I wanted to do the first official announcement for our Lenten series coming up. As you guys know, we are starting up our series on the seven vices and their opposing virtues. It's always a mouthful, but I'm glad I got it. And we even dabble into a little bit of their opposing extremes as well. But we are launching that series now that'll kind of bleed into Lent. Lent is a little later in the season, starting on March 5th with Ash Wednesday. Well, we are going to be running a Lent series that will include that seven vices and virtues, as well as some other things that we're going to encourage each other throughout it. So join as a monthly supporter. And as you join as a monthly supporter, we are going to give you a whole list of things. And most people, when you think Lent, what do you think? You think sacrifice. You think, what are we going to give up this year for Lent? And that is great, but that's only part of it. We are going to be encouraging you guys to not only sacrifice something for Lent, but to also add some stuff that will be beneficial to your spiritual life as well. So, me and my wife, one year, we gave up caffeine. It was something that we weren't necessarily abusing, but it was something that we were so reliant on. Every morning, it was one of the first things we did. We got coffee. I used to do energy drinks or teas and stuff that had a lot of caffeine in it. And even though we weren't doing it in a dangerous way to where we're like, we're going to have a heart attack, but we were doing it in kind of what we thought was like a reliant way. And so we wanted to make sure we could prove to ourselves that we weren't so reliant on that issue. So we got rid of caffeine during Lent. But we then also added to do the rosary once a week, and we also added a spiritual book that we were going to read together as well. So we've done little things like that. So I want to encourage you guys, and this is obviously a personal journey done within a community, this online community, the Holy Happy Hour supporters group, that you guys can encourage each other, and we can all walk together as we go through Lent and we prepare for the resurrection of the Lord. And so when you guys join, it could be something as small as $5-10 a month. It really helps support the channel, helps us upgrade little dinky things like this mic, and helps us do even greater things for our guests. And it allows us to continue to grow the channel and reach more people for Jesus. So if you guys love what we're doing here, you love the idea of this podcast, even if you're not a frequent listener, but you want to support a good cause, please consider becoming part of this great thing we have going. We're about to build the best online Catholic community, and we want you to be a part of it. And actually, scratch that. We're going to build the best online Christian community, and we want you to be a part of it. So even if you're not Catholic, but you love the channel, please feel free. Like we want your support. We need your support so we can continue to grow and reach more people for Jesus. So check it out. It's in the description below, all through Patreon, and the amount also determines the amount of gifts we're going to gift to you as well. So each person that signs up will get a Holy Happy Hour shirt, will get access to the online community. But we also just partnered with a student at the University of Tulsa, Chesney, who is making rosaries. And these things, guys, they are beautiful. She's going to be giving me one soon that I can actually show you guys on these episodes, but they are beautiful. She's got some as like cheap as like little plastic ones, and some that she said are made out of like jade stone. They're just absolutely gorgeous. And so everyone that supports at that $25 a month or more, you guys are going to receive one of those personal rosaries that is going to be blessed by a priest before being sent to you guys. So we're super excited for this. We hope you guys consider joining us as a monthly supporter. But let's get into the episode. Thoughts with Josh. Now my mind works a little different. Sometimes I'm doing something, watching something, and I just like my mind thinks weird things. So I've been trying to manipulate that to where I'm always thinking about Christ. I always have my eyes on God. And it's funny because I'll be watching something I've normally watched, and then I start having thoughts that are kind of showing me that I'm growing in my faith because they're bothering me. Something as simple as we're doing an episode later on how I used to have my top 5 favorite TV shows, but now like 3 out of those top 5 I can't even watch anymore because it's just all about hookup culture and sex and everything, and I can't do it. It makes me cringe. But one thing that I do enjoy watching, and I think we need more people out there. If you guys have ever heard of the show To Catch a Predator by Chris Hansen, it was back in the day. I mean, he used to wear a turtleneck and his blazer, but these guys were always trying to meet underage women for stuff that I'm not. I don't know exactly what I can say on YouTube, so I'll just leave it at that. But you can kind of get the gist. But underage women for stuff, and he would let them kind of interact and obviously kind of like prove they're guilty. They'd have all sorts of hidden cameras all over the place, and then all of a sudden Chris Hansen pop out, and be like, "What are we up to tonight?" And that you just see their demeanor just completely change. I absolutely love that show. I love that Chris Hansen is still doing stuff today. I think it's like True Blue TV that he's still doing stuff. But I love that they are cleaning up the streets and that they are protecting our kids. Because you wouldn't believe some of these people, like some of you guys, if you are very like faint of the heart, or if you are someone that's very like that's gonna hurt your heart to watch. I encourage you don't watch it. You don't need to watch it. But men especially, you're the protectors. I think it is good to be aware of what is out there, like what is out there, and there are people that are doing some vile things and are communicating with our kids through social media, through the internet, through some of these group chat apps, chat apps. There we go, group chat apps. That's hard to say. And so it is good to be aware of what's going on out there. So I love that there are more and more people that are following in Chris Hansen's steps and now are doing this. And because of YouTube and because of the ability to monetize and create these communities of people who want to support their channels so that they continue to catch these people and have them arrested is so awesome. It's so cool. I love that people are able to do that full time. And now, obviously, the best ones and how it always should be done is in alignment with law enforcement. They should never be doing something on their own. But we are going to get into the other side, the other gist of what I don't like about some of the channels. But there are some great people out there that I've been watching lately. I forget what their channels are called, except for Gideon is one that I've been watching recently. But I love that they are able to, the guys I watch, approach these people. It's like, hey, we're just trying to get you help. They obviously get the cops involved and they are arrested. Sometimes because the way they go about it, it's like, we're trying to get you help. We're not cops. We're not here to do that. We're just here to talk. And they kind of help get the person to let their guards down. These people end up super comfortable enough to like confess, like, yes, I was going to do this. I've done this before in my past. And they basically just lay it all out there with a person with a camera right there filming them. And I have fallen in love with these videos. And that's what the thoughts with Josh of like, now since I've grown in my faith, since back in the day when I used to watch To Catch a Predator, and now watching Gideon and Alex Rosen, and they use a lot of aliases, so I don't even know if these are the real names, except for Gideon. That's his YouTube channel, but I'll link them in the description. But since watching them, there's only one thing that I would say, that if for some reason, I'm going to tag them in this video because I want them to see this video. The one thing that I think that we would differ from is there are a lot of comments made where it's like, I think that these scum need to be off the street. Or they'll say like, we're about to meet up with this guy, we're about to ruin his life. Or like, I'm so mad that he didn't come. Like I was ready to ruin his life. Like ruin his life for what he was going to do. Like all the things he was saying, what he's done in his past. And I think the one difference that when you're thinking of it from a faithful standpoint versus just a straight up like secular worldly, like this is what the person's doing, let's get this trash off the street, is that we should still have a place in our heart for the dignity of life. We should still have hope in a person being like saved and converted, and a lot of the times these people feel super sorrowful, and you obviously have the ones that don't as well. But I think that there are some of you guys that could really watch the level you take it to, especially once the cops show up. There's an episode that I was watching recently where they're doing a great job. The cops show up and it's like, sorry, man, I had to. And it was the guy's birthday. And he's in the back of the cop car. I mean, they've put him in handcuffs and they're taking him. And now they're like playing Happy Birthday and they're like dancing outside the cop car. And they're just like basically antagonizing him the whole time. When like realistically, you should be standing outside the cop car and it's like, man, I had to. Like, I had to do this. We have to protect the kids. Again, make sure that's clear. I love these channels because of what they're doing. I love that they are saving kids from these. We are getting these people on like the registry lists, and like I said, I don't know what I can say on YouTube. I've never looked it up before I filmed this. So the offender list, and I love that we are getting law enforcement involved in these people being arrested and being put in jail. But the fact that some people will think like, I want to ruin this person's life. I want this person to suffer forever. I want that, like, that's where people start to show their heart a little bit. And so I think what we need to do is we want the end goal for all this should never be, I want this person to go to prison and suffer or death penalty or anything like that. Our end goal for all of this should be, I want this person to do their time in prison. Absolutely. Be put on a offender list. Absolutely. Absolutely they should. But at the end of the day, I want this person to be converted. I want this person to get to know Jesus. I want him to come to God. I want him to come into the church. And I want him to be renewed of his mind. I want him to understand his weaknesses, his faults, his demons that he's messing with. And I want him to be able to move on from this, whether it's a year in prison or 3 years, 5 years in prison. And some of these people do some pretty lengthy time. Multiple offenders, like doing really, really long time. Like, we should still want the conversion of their souls at the same time keeping it at an arm's distance and keeping away from our children. So that was my thoughts with Josh this week. Like I said, Gideon and Alex, you guys got millions of subscribers. I'm sure people are doing videos and tagging you guys and stuff all the time. So I am 100% that you guys are probably not going to see this. But I wanted to throw it out there for anyone that wants to check out their channel and maybe see what I'm talking about. Check out their channel. So if you guys are watching this, I am telling people, subscribe to their channel, follow their channel, check it out. But I will challenge you, Gideon and Alex, I'll challenge you to still have the dignity of life as the forefront of your guys's show. Now, some of you guys might be saying it doesn't sound like it's a Christian channel. It sounds like it's a predator catcher channel, because that's what it is. But it is it's still about the dignity of life. I kind of spaced where I was going there, but Gideon does wear a shirt in it, so Houston loves Jesus in a couple of the episodes, and it's awesome. I love that. I love that these guys are doing what they do, and then also seem to be, at least Gideon, a Christian as well. But to remember that Jesus approached people, prostitutes, tax collectors, sinners, murderers, like, he approached everybody with the intent on, like, I want you to be with me in heaven one day. I want you to be with me. And no matter what, no matter how long they're going to spend in life, there is that chance that they're going to have that conversion. It may not be from you specifically. It's definitely not going to be from me, but it is going to be from hopefully someone down the line. And even if it's on their deathbed. I mean, there's the thief on the cross. He had his conversion right then and there on the cross as he was dying. And Jesus told him, with Jesus's mercy and his grace, he said, you will be with me in the kingdom today. And so there's hope for everybody. No matter how vile the sins are, no matter how bad everything has gotten, there is a silver, or hopefully a silver lining in their life. We want to pray for a silver lining in their life. There is hope. We don't want to lose hope in humanity, because then we talked about today in our retreat meeting, when you lose hope, it becomes a very sad world and a sad generation. So don't lose hope. There's always a chance for people. But Alex, Skeet Hansen, Chris Hansen, Gideon, Oma, all you people that are doing this, predator catchers, Oklahoma Predator Patrol, whatever you guys are called. Oh my gosh, keep doing what you're doing. I love it. Keep it going. Keep it going. Please keep doing what you're doing. Thank you for protecting our kids. And if any of you happen to see this, for some reason, you guys have millions of subscribers. If any of you, for some reason, happen to see this, I 100% want to come with you guys on a catch one day. Absolutely. I am down. You just let me know. You guys, Texas is not very far. I'm an Oklahoma boy. Texas is not very far. Oklahoma Predator Patrol. I'm right down the highway from you guys. Or there's people here in Tulsa. Like, I'm sure you're here. Hit me up. Let's see it. Let's do it. But guys, that's Thoughts with Josh today. A little bit longer episode than normal, but check out those channels. But remember to keep in mind, it's always about the dignity of life. We should still want hope for everybody. You guys have a blessed week. Don't forget about our 7 vices and their opposing virtues starting this Thursday with Father Gary Castle, the Vicar General of the Diocese of Tulsa. And we are going to continue that with Tara Lauderdale next week. And we're going to continue with some other great guests. So again, subscribe. Please support the channel. You guys can be monthly supporters by checking out the Patreon link below. And you guys can also support the channel, if you guys rather, by checking out the merch store. So check out our merch store that's also in the comments below. We will see you guys next week. God bless.